Okay, so yesterday we talked about proportion and its two types. Right, what were they again? What were the two types of proportions?
Inverse proportion and direct.
Yes, very good. Inverse proportion and direct proportion. Today we'll try out one question on both the types of proportions. Okay, direct proportion, inverse proportion. We'll check out one's unit, remember. Okay, and we'll move forward in this chapter. So, first let's try out a question on direct proportion. Now, I have some oranges, okay? I have 5 dozen oranges and the cost of it is rupees 120. Cost of 5 dozen oranges how much I have? 120. I have to find the cost of 7 dozen oranges. Seven dozen oranges cost I have to find out. Okay. What we can do is we'll write it in the proportion form. Okay. First, right, because we are doing proportion, we need to make the statements in proportion form before we begin to solve it. Okay, so we are having the quantity. What are the two things here? 5 and 7, quantity. And
you have to cross multiply, right?
yes, I mean, we can cross multiply or we can consider one value x and like that also we can find out. Okay. And having one is the quantity of oranges and the another unit is the price. Let's write them in the form of proportion equation.
So it's like it can be 2:1 equals x is 7 into 12.
What is the answer 2016?
No, answer is not 2016. Try again.
2016 16.
216 you are saying, no?
2016.
2016, no. It's not 2016. Okay. So first we'll make it in an equation form. 5:7 are the quantities. Price. What's the price of 5 dozen? 120. 2.
168 is the answer.
Yes, 168 is the answer. Now we multiply the middle terms and the exponents. Okay. So it becomes 5 into x, 5x equals to 7 into 120. Now, x I can take, 5 I can take below it. Okay, I can make it 7 into 120 divided by 5. Now we cancel 5 ones up, 5 to 7 and 4. Okay, so x equals to, we multiply 7 and 24, which is 160. Yes.
Oh, I didn't see the 5,000 oranges. I thought cost of 5 oranges is 120. That's how it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's okay. Now, see, what is the impact here? Okay, quantity was 5. Okay, price was 120. Now, I increased the quantity to 7 dozen. Okay, price also increased to rupees 168. All right, so this is known as direct proportion. Direct proportion impact, we can see. Okay, so this is how we will solve. In proportion, first need to make the proportion equation. Okay, multiply and then find out the value. How we move forward?
Just one.
Okay. Now, in the same way, we will see one question from inverse proportion. Okay. This is a question where a cyclist covers a distance in 3.5 hours with average speed.
Do we know the distance?
Do we know this particular distance? No, we don't know the particular distance, but we know time period and the speed of 10 km/h. If he increases his speed to 14 km/h, what will be the time taken to cover the same distance?
Ma'am, is it 2.5 hours?
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's correct. Now we know our two quantities in this question are one is the distance and one is speed. Okay, so while he was going um, at the speed of 10 km/h, he covered the
Got
distance
4.9 hours actually.
4.9 you got. Okay, we'll see this. Okay, then after that, when he started going increased his speed to 14 kilometers hour, we have to find out the time it was taking him. So we will create our proportion equation. Okay, 10 is to 14. Okay, both of the units are of speed equals to x to 7 by 2. Why I took 7 by 2? Because it's the whole number 1 by 2. Extraction converted it into a normal fraction. Okay, so I use 7 by 2. Now we will multiply these and this. Okay, the mean terms and the outer terms. So 14 into x becomes 14x equals to 10 into 7 by 2. Okay, here you can cancel 2 ones are 2 5s are 2. 14x 5 into 7 is 35 equals to 35. X equals to 35 divided by 14. Okay, and then we will divide it. 35 by 14, we will get
I still didn't get it.
2.5.
How did you get 7 by 2?
How did we get 7 by 2? Okay, look here.
So when you multiply the denominator with the whole number and then add the sum with the numerator.
Yes, we are having three whole number 1 by 2. So we do 2 3 is 6, then multiply here and then add the 1. Okay, above. So 2 3 is 6 plus 1 7. And take the
Which is also
denominator,
3.5, right?
which is also 3.5. Yes. Okay, 3.5 or 7.5. So now, let's see the impact of this. He was going first with a speed of 10 kilometer hour. What he did, he increased the speed to 14 kilometer hour. Now, when he increased the speed, what happened to the time? Time he got 2.5. 18.5 hour we were getting 2.5 hours speed. Got. So the time when he increased the speed, the time that it was taking him was decreased. Okay. So one quantity is increasing, one quantity is decreasing. So when such a thing happens, this is known as inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Hope this part is clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Written somewhere?
Yes.
Okay. Next we move on to a method known as unitary method. Do you know what is a unitary method? Ever heard of it?
What, ma'am?
Unitary method.
Um, did you teach us this earlier?
Yes, I thought while I was doing this second chapter. Okay, no problem. See what happens in a unitary method. Why is it called unitary? Because it has the word unit. Okay, and unit means one. A unit means one piece of something, okay, only one of something. So in this method, what we do, we calculate the price of one thing first, okay, and then multiply it with the number of units that you want to calculate the price of, okay, or that you want to find. So what is the main thing in this method is you are calculating for like to find out the further value. First, you'll calculate the value of one unit. Okay, first we calculate the value of one unit. That is known as unitary method. Let's try out one question from unitary method. If the cost of 10 soap pieces is rupees 150 and cost of 4 toothpastes is rupees 60, find the cost of 6 soap pieces and 2 toothpastes.
Ma'am, six soap pieces will be 90 and two toothpaste will be 30.
Yes, that is right. 2 toothpaste. Yes. Okay. Now, moving forward, we calculate the price of one first. Okay. One thing first. Here I'm doing so. Cost of 10 soap. Which 150. I calculate cost of one soap. Cost of one soap. 150 by 10. That is 15. Now I can calculate the cost of 6 soaps. Multiply 15 with 6. That is 90 rupees. Okay, so my cost of 6 soaps is 90 rupees. Now we'll find out for toothpaste.
Good morning, ma'am. I forgot classes at 7:15 today.
Okay, good morning, Zara. It's okay, we just started with the unit 3 method. We finished, I did 2 examples for the direct proportion and inverse proportion. One each, okay? And then we started with unitary method. I'll be sharing the link, Zara, okay, with you, so you can watch it after the class.
Um,
That is the methods. Okay. Yes. Now, unitary method, I just explained that it's a method in which you have to find out the value of 1 unit first. Okay. Of a single commodity of a single unit, and then you multiply it with the required number of units to find out its value. Okay. Like this, we follow the unitary method. So the toothpaste I have to calculate now. Now I am given in my question that 4 toothpaste cost is 60. Okay, so let's write cost of 4 toothpaste was 60. Calculate the cost of one toothpaste. Sixty by 4 minus 15. Now you can calculate the cost of 2 toothpaste. 2 toothpaste would be 15 into 2, that is rupees 30. Total cost will be cost of soap plus toothpaste. Soaps is 90 and toothpaste is 30. So our total cost is rupees 120. Okay, total cost is rupees 120. So this is how we will solve we will solve the questions using unitary method in proportion. Okay. Please write the statements also while you are solving them. Okay, it's essential to write it step by step, all the statements as well. Okay, don't just do it directly. When you're solving the problems, please put the statements as well. All right, write it down and then I'll be giving you all a question from the unitary method to try. Okay, Pratham, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am. Now the question that you guys have to do. Just give me 1 second.
Ma'am, can you give us a question of trial?
Yes, I'm going to give all a question to try out from the unitary method. It's the cost of a dozen oil bottles rupees 720. And 6 pickle bottles cost rupees 240. Find the cost of four oil bottles and three pickle bottles.
Ma'am, 240 and 120. The cost of four oil bottles is 240 and three pickle bottles is 120.
Yes, that's right. So, name Sarah, done? Right. Hope you're getting the answers. 240 and 120.
The total cost is 360.
Right, that's right. The total cost is 360. The right advice. Yeah, oil bottles. This was given to us, rupees 720. Unit 3 is finding the cost of one, so you'll find out the cost of one oil bottle. $720 divided by 12. It will be 60. Then cost of four oil bottles. Four into 60. It is 240. Next we have pickle bottles. cost of 6 pickle bottles were given. So 50. We can find out 1 and then multiply, or we can divide this by 2 because 3, the cost of 3 we have to find out. 1 pickle bottle. 240 by 6. That is 40 rupees. So cost of 3 pickle bottles will be 40 into 3, which is rupees 120. Total cost 240 plus 120. That is rupees 360. Okay, so this is how we find out using the unitary method. All right, now what will be the homework for today? Just give me 1 minute. I'll let you know. In the next 2 days, you can check out exercise 7.3 and 7.4. Okay, pick out random questions, try them out, go through it. Okay, 7.3 is we have the questions of direct and inverse proportion. Okay, that I explained already.
I've already
7.4.
done this, so do we need to do it again? Because like you took these classes early on. So.
Yes, you already did it, then it's okay. Okay, yeah. So, but still, if you want, you can go through it just for a revision. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go through it, but like proper solving.
Each one you don't have to like solve each and every one of it again, but like you can revise it. You can pick out any random, solve 2 or 3. Okay, like that you can practice just to check. Okay. So 7.4 is again the unitary method. You all can try that out too. Okay, tomorrow, I think tomorrow we'll be winding up with this backup of the 7th chapter. Okay, 2 other topics are left. That is time and work and distance. I think distance and speed from the proportion part. Okay, rest of the chapter is like I explain each portion, okay, of this chapter with the examples. So the backup will be finished tomorrow. Also next week, Tuesday, we'll be having test of chapter 6 in maths. Okay. Linear equations in one variable test will be on Tuesday. Okay. Monday, if there's any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Chapter 6, maths test on Tuesday. Okay. Anything else that you want to ask? No? Okay. Okay then, Zara, see you.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye. Okay. And I was 2 minutes break, and then we'll begin with the science class. Okay. Okay, hope you all are there. We are going to start the science class right now. Today we are going to start with another natural resource, okay, which is a part of a physical resource, that is water. Yesterday we finished with air, okay, and today we are going to start with water. So now, water, as we know, is a very important natural resource, and Earth comprises of around, like mostly there is Earth comprises of water, right? Around 70% of it. Also, if we talk about ourselves, our body, that is also in that too, 70% of water is present. Okay, and 71% of Earth is covered by water. Now, if I talk about the Earth, okay, water is found in it in the forms of river, ponds, oceans. Some is frozen in the glaciers. Okay, but we are unable to utilize this water fully. Okay, we are unable to utilize this water fully because some of it is in the ocean, some of it is frozen in the form of glaciers. Okay, some is beneath the surface of the ice in the Arctic, Antarctic. Okay, so we are unable to fully utilize this water, but we use only a very small portion of it. Now, what is underground water? This is another form of water, another source of water, that is underground water. What happens when rain falls on earth? It absorbs rainwater. This water is called underground water. This water gets collected below the mountains on the earth. This is known as water collection. What happens when it rains? The raindrops, the water falls on the land and it gets absorbed by the land. Okay, it gets collected below the surface of the land or below the mountains. Okay, and this is known as water collection. Okay, now this water is pumped by taps, tube wells, and hand pumps for use. We take this water out via taps, tube wells, hand pumps to use it. Okay, to collect this collected water, we can use it. Okay, now this water is restored again by rainfall. When rainfall happens, this water is again restored. Okay, hope this part is clear to you all. Any doubts still here?
Ma'am, you said the Earth's for 71%, right? Water.
Yes,
Oh, I thought it was 73%.
73%. It's like approx 71 to
I
72.
mean, I thought I read somewhere. It must be 71.
It is
Yeah, even
17.
I thought it was 73%.
Yeah, it's mentioned 71% here, but we'll check it out. Okay, what's the exact percentage of it? Okay. Now, talking about underground water. Underground water, like I explained, is the water that gets collected below, beneath the surface of the ground. Okay. When rainfall happens, the collection takes place there. Okay, which we can utilize for our utility. Then we have a very important phenomenon that's related to the water, that is water cycle. Now we studied about the water cycle and how it happens. Does anyone will explain what is water cycle, how a water cycle exactly takes place? One of you?
Ma'am, you said that the water evaporates from the lake or any other place, then it goes up in the sky and forms droplets. Uh, and then it goes in the clouds it send back rain once it can't control anymore. And once it can't hold any more water.
Yes, and then it rains. That is right.
What is that Avshay something to show in the picture in the rain part? I can't read that. And I don't even know what it is.
Avshepan. Even I don't know what it is. Like in Hindi, what's the meaning of Avshepan? But basically, what happens? This is evaporation taking place here. Okay. The water droplets are, 1 second. Yes. So the water vapors are evaporating. Okay. And then when they evaporate into the sky, the water changes into water the vapor changes into water droplets. Okay. At a height, the vapor condenses and form water droplets. When they collect together, they form a cloud. Now, when a lot of water droplets is collected in the cloud and it becomes heavy, it starts to pour. Okay, rainfall happens. When the rainfall happens, it falls in the mountains, in the lakes, in the rivers, and goes into the water bodies. Okay, it falls into the rivers, and we know that every river meets in an ocean or a sea. Okay, it flows into that. So ultimately, it gets into the sea. This is the sea or ocean, and here condensation is taking place. Okay, here it's falling on a mountain and then falling into the sea. Okay, I think this is heating up of the land. I don't know the Hindi terms. Okay, so yeah, this is how a water cycle takes place. Let's give this a read. Due to heat produced by sun, water present in pond, sand, ocean changes into vapor, or the water present in ocean changes into vapor. Okay, this is pond, sand, and ocean. Okay, this is pond, sand, and ocean changes into vapor. This vapor condenses at a height and changes into water droplets. These droplets take the shape of clouds and it starts raining. Some rainwater is absorbed by the land and rest of the rainwater goes into river, runnels, lakes and oceans.
What's a
This
runner?
cycle,
Now there's water present in even sand.
yes, water is present in the sand.
But the sand can't hold it because it's not holding together.
Sand cannot hold a lot of water together. Yes, that's right. Okay.
No,
But
like
a
store
little
the
bit,
water.
no, store the water, it gets absorbed in the sand. Either it will get evaporated or it will get absorbed in the sand. Okay. Because plants are also using that water from the sand, right? So water cannot be like held in the sand. A lot of water cannot be held. It will go in. Okay. It will be absorbed or it will be evaporated from the sun. Okay, so this cycle keeps on going in the atmosphere. This water cycle keeps on repeating itself, due to which we have rainfall. Okay, now there are some uses of water. Okay, there are some uses of water. What things water is used in? So some living organisms live in water, like fishes and hydra. Okay, some plants are there in water, and the water animals are there living in it. Then blood transport food, minerals, and gases from one organ to other in living being. You know, our blood also comprises of from water, a portion of water, right? So it helps in transportation. The flood is helping in the transportation. Then the flowing water in rivers takes many types of seeds, fruits, and other microorganisms from one place to another. These seeds settle down and become plant later on. In this way, water helps in the expansion of plants on earth. Like it's saying that if a seed falls in a river, the river flows, takes it away at some other part where the seed falls and then it grows. This is what it's explaining. Okay, so that also the river is helpful in then drinking, doing our daily chores, okay, and a lot of other things. Water is useful for us. Okay, it is a very important resource. Now, there is how to make water fit for drinking. Okay, now why are we not able to access or utilize all the water present on the earth, right? Because most of it is unfit for our drinking. Most of it is unfit for us to directly consume. Okay, so why? Because it again it's containing many impurities and microorganisms due to which we cannot directly consume any form of water present on the earth. Therefore, we should use pure water for drinking. Now, there are many methods of water purification. Okay, how to make that impure water fit for drinking. So, some methods which can be used at our home, okay, to make that water pure, fit for drinking. One is boiling. If water is clean and safe from eye, it should be boiled for 10 minutes before drinking or other use. Okay, people always recommend boiling the water because it kills the harmful microorganisms present in it. Okay, the heat, it kills the microorganisms if there's any harmful microorganisms present in the water. Okay, next is fluorinization. If we cannot boil the water, then we can take 2 tablets of fluorine in a bucket of 20-liter water. This water can now be used for drinking. Chlorine tablets can be purchased from the medical shop. Okay, again, chlorine also helps in purification of the water by reducing or by killing the harmful microorganisms. Okay, chlorine also makes the water fit for drinking. Then, using potash alum. Potash alum is hung by binding it with a thread, hung in muddy water by binding it with a thread. Now move this thread thrice in water.
uh, Experiment, and the alum will help to make the mud collect together.
Yes, the mud will collect together. It will settle in the bottom. So we can take out the water that's above that, okay, because the mud will settle, collect at the bottom. Now, using filter. Various machines are available to clean water in the market. They also make water suitable for drinking. Okay, filter paper is there, but the machines we have our own water purifiers. Okay, nowadays to filter and purify the water that we are consuming. So these were some methods with which we can purify the water and make it suitable for drinking. Then, like we studied air pollution while we were studying air, there is also water pollution that happens when water gets polluted due to harmful waste. Okay, due to harmful waste and harmful substances. When water gets polluted, it can be poisonous waste, it can be chemical waste, it can be animal waste, and all of that. When all of it pollutes the water, that is known as water pollution. Okay, let's read it. Water gets polluted by mixing with poisonous chemicals, excreted waste, etc. These are mixed in clean water present in rivers, ponds, and other bodies. Many fertilizers and insecticides used in farm also mix with water and pollute. Right. So, a lot of fertilizers and insecticides also are sometimes mixed with the water. Like they go into the water and then they pollute it. Can you give me one or two examples of how water pollution takes place? Specific examples of how water pollution takes place?
When people dump garbage in ponds and lakes near their home, lots of people do that, especially in village areas.
Yes, that is right, Amanda. Good. A lot of people dump the garbage in the rivers, lakes. That leads to water pollution. That's right. Yes, Onion. An example.
My mind is actually right. I'm quite blank. I can't think of an example.
You can't think of an example. Okay. So, more examples can be some factories, they have their pipes connected, big drainage pipes connected to the rivers that are, their outlet is in the river. So the waste and all the chemical waste that is coming from the factory, that directly goes into the river, polluting it. Then again, some people wash their clothes near the rivers. Okay, they bathe their animals in the rivers, okay, and a lot of other things, due to which the river, the water bodies, the lakes, seas, they all get polluted. Okay, so that is another reason. People who are coming to visit us to for the sightseeing and all, they are eating things and throwing all the wrappers and the waste inside the river and the water bodies. That's also one reason why they are getting polluted. That happens with our lake. Like Ajmer, we are having one lake, Anasagar Lake it's called. Okay, it's not natural, it's man-made, okay, Anasagar Lake, but like the boundaries of it is like really polluted and all the garbage waste. So that leads to and that has now ultimately caused the water to be polluted, right? Of our lake in our cities. So these are all the reasons how and why like, water pollution takes place, how it takes place. So now what can we do to stop water pollution? Okay, there are some ways mentioned. They are that we should avoid putting poisonous chemical products by factories directly in water. We should not put chemical waste in the chemical waste of factories in the rivers. Okay, they should not be discharged directly into the water bodies. Then the use of fertilizers and insecticides should be done cautiously in the farm, right? They should be used cautiously that any sort of their waste is not dumped into the water bodies. Also, we should try to save water on personal level, keeping three things in mind: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Right. So, if we can do these three things with water as well. We can use wastewater from kitchen for irrigation. This water gets wasted by cleaning vegetable and fruits. Like the water that we use to clean the vegetable and fruit, we can put it in the like we can use it for irrigation. We can water the plants with it. Right. So in this way, we can reuse the water. Okay, we can reduce its wastage. Right. We should not keep the tap open. Okay, while we are brushing and all of that. Right. So we should be careful while using the water. We should avoid throwing our garbage into the water. Okay, and dustbins should be installed at the water bodies so that people throw in that instead of throwing inside the water bodies. Okay, now water is very important for our life. Do not pollute it, do not waste it. We should use it as per requirement. Okay, water. So now to make people aware about the use of water, we celebrate Water Conservation Day on 22nd March every year. Okay, you can remember this. Conservation Day is celebrated on 22nd March every year. Okay, then we are having water conservation. Now, because water is a source, okay, that is that is there, but it is not like I said, all the water on the earth is not accessible. Okay, we cannot access it for drinking because some of it is locked in the form of glaciers and icebergs, and in the ocean we cannot directly pull all the water out from the ocean if we run out of water. Right. We can take some, but we cannot pull out all the sea water and the ocean water. Right. So we should also conserve the water. There are some ways of water conservation, okay, such as rainwater harvesting we studied about. There is also water conservation tanks which are used to conserve this rainwater. Now, most of the water droplets coming from rain get wasted. Therefore, it is necessary to collect water for future use. Due to concrete houses and roads, rainwater gets wasted. We get a very little portion of rainwater for future use. Now, this can be collected by two ways. Okay, one is rainwater is sent to storage tanks by pipes which are connected to the roof of the houses. This store water is sent to underground holes by pipe system. Okay, like the roof of the house is connected with a tank that's beneath the house, so that's underground using the pipes. So, and the roof is also made slant, okay, so that the water goes into the pipe and then gets collected into the tanks, all right, with which we can conserve the rainwater. Then we have the rainwater is collected from runnels in the same way. Okay, runnels are basically, you can say, small pipe-like things which help the water to flow and gets collected at a place. Okay, now this stored water can be used as underground water. Okay, we have a little exercise to give any five sources of underground water. Can you name one source of underground water? Fresh water other than underground. Underground water is a source of fresh water. Okay, from where we can get water that we can make fit for drinking. Can you all give me one source of fresh water? Think of it.
A river. River is
A
a
river.
source of fresh water.
Yes, yes, that's right. A river, good. Sanyan, can you think of it?
Um, like glaciers could be like ice or something,
Yes,
because
glaciers.
then you can melt it, and when I water freezes, the salt is all pushed out, so it becomes fresh.
Yes, that is right, Sunil. Glaciers is also a source of fresh water. We have river, we have rainwater, we have lakes, okay, and groundwater. We have all of these sources of fresh water, okay, besides underground water. Then the homework for today is 19.3. 19.3 is the homework for today. Please do it. Okay, so we completed this source. We completed this natural source of water today. All right. Anything else that you want to ask? Any questions or any doubts until now in the this resource water?
Ma'am, is tanker water also rainwater. Tanker water is not rainwater, right?
Tanker water is not rainwater all the time.
Underground, I think it's bore well.
Yes, it's underground, it's tube well. Okay, tanker water is not rainwater. Rainwater is basically found in homes. Okay, in homes who do rainwater harvesting system, who follow the system where they have a storage tank, a water conservation tank, and they store the rainwater. Okay, but the tankers are they utilize the groundwater or the tube wells.
And what about bore well? What is that? I mean, that's also underground, right?
Yes, bore well also underground. Okay, all of them are underground. They are dug in the places where there is underground water collected. Okay, so those places they dug a well and then they use the water, even the tube wells also. Okay, the hand pumps also. You
But
seen a hand
bore well is not that good. I mean, like it isn't that fresh, right?
It isn't that fresh. Yes, but sometimes it is also. Okay.
No, I mean like because like over here in Bangalore, we used to use a lot of bore well water, and that would cause a lot of hair fall and skin dryness and monkeyiness. It would be
Oh,
tanker water.
mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So yes, borewell water is not might not always be fit. Okay. Might not always be healthy. But yeah, those are all the sources, the wells and everything, the hand pumps and borewell, tube wells, all of them are like they all utilize the groundwater. Okay. Any other doubts? Anything else? Okay, so we will stop here today. Okay, we covered
And
water.
what is runners?
Runnels are basically similar to pipes, okay, which help the water to flow in a direction. Okay, small channels, you can say. Okay, yes. Anything else?
Will there be math class tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, right. Will there be math class tomorrow? So, will you all be able to like give the presentations um within the time limit that I said, 10 to 15 minutes?
I'm not so sure, because I think so. Yeah, 15 minutes might be, 10 minutes might be too short.
Okay.
I don't know because before you sent the order, I was already almost done with making the presentation. I was only doing about the choosing the natural disaster, and I was only talking about the natural disaster that I chose. I wasn't talking about any disasters in general or things or safety measures. And then that itself was 15 minutes. And then you sent the order, and I was like, I did it wrong.
You didn't do it wrong. You just had to make a little additions. Okay. And like I said, you don't have to talk a lot about the disaster in general. Okay. You can explain a little bit, I said. Like in 3 to 4 lines, you can just give a short info about what is that disaster, what
So you
happened in.
basically just want like what is the disaster, how it is formed, and like just one slide dedicated to it, right?
Yes, and then you can just directly move on to the disaster that you have chosen.
Okay.
Okay. In fact, how is it formed? That thing you can include with how your disaster was formed. Okay, you can connect that to it and then you can explain. Okay. Anything else?
And it'll be this, what time will it be? Like the same time of science class, around 8
The
o'clock.
time it will be
Sorry, not 8,
I think
8:30, 8:20.
the same time as the science class, and I think that I might not be keeping the math class in day, I will be keeping the presentations.
Okay, but it'll be the, if you can, even if you cancel the maths class, it'll still be the same time as the science class, right?
Even if I cancel the math class, it will be then I'll shift it a bit. Okay, I'll
Okay.
move it forward. to maybe 7:45 or 8. I'll update the timing, the exact
Alright.
timing in today's like by today. Today
Okay.
evening.
Okay.
Probably I'll be not keeping the math class. We'll be postponing the math class to next week so that we all can like have the science the presentations free. Right. Okay.
Ma'am, why did
Then
Abraham join either today or yesterday?
Abraham's birthday was there yesterday, so he wanted a leave. Okay, and today his mother said that they like came home late and all, so he won't be able to attend. Yeah, and Edric is out. He will not be joining for I think until 11th or 12th. Okay, so we stop the class here and we'll
Isn't
move
it
in.